Good morning. Thank you again for joining me. Today I wanted to talk about patterns that keep us stuck. So I'm venturing into a new business, and it's been a bit of a struggle at the moment, but it's also summer. So I've decided to work on just doing some light advertising and then working on making my house as wonderful as possible for people to come in. So I had some doubt this week, and so I decided. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I said, I've said this a couple of times. I'm absolutely crazy starting a business at 59. And her response was, well, Louise Hayes was 60. And Louise Hayes started in her apartment or in her where she was, and then her business, and she started during the time of when AIDS was really strong, and she started during that time, and her business expanded and went beyond her wild imagination. So it doesn't matter what age you are. So remove and release all the programs and belief patterns that we have that say that when you come to a certain age, the ageisms, when you come to certain ages, this is what to expect. Do you know how many people I have heard say, like that are a bit older that say, when you get in your 50s, oh, it's all downhill from here. It's like, wow, we're so programmed for that. So remove and release that all. Yes. Because, I've met some really interesting people who are really they still got it, and they're in their 70s, 80s, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, so what I want to talk about today is like the areas that we tend to keep ourselves stuck in. And so there's this wonderful community that we have for spinal flow technique. And one of the ladies here in Nova Scotia that got licensed asked a wonderful question about, what to expect in your business when you start. And you know what? I never thought to ask that question. So I'm very grateful and thankful for that community. And it's like, in the past, there's been a lot of, I've taken a lot of modalities. Yeah, I'm that person. Anyways, but there was never any sisterhood or community that you could, bounce stuff off of. It was sort of like you were just let go and do your thing. And, some of us at that time, like when I took a lot of my courses, I was working full time, and to sacrifice, pardon that, but to sacrifice ourselves to the point that you have you only have so many days off. And if you're in a job that's draining you and you have a lot of issues, it's not your joy. This modality that you picked up is your joy. And so therefore you have to have a really strong a good support system behind you. And even if you don't, as long as your joy outweighs that non-support, then go for it. Do whatever you possibly can to achieve your goals, right? But sometimes what happens is you get tired, and if there's a lot of unsupport around you, it's like, but this is what I've struggled with most of my life, is that being so different and being so open to other possibilities in life, when a lot of people just walk the straight line or the A to B, or decide that's what they want in life. That's their choice. There's no problem with that. But it's when that unsolicited opinion comes at you that's the issue. And so what I wanted to do today is clear us from all the unsolicited opinions that we didn't even know that we absorbed, that is not in our highest and best good, and that are not our choice. It's not our choice, and it's not our destiny. And personally myself, how I allowed it to affect me and influence me, and how I had kept myself hidden So remove and release that all. Yes. Good morning, Rose. Thank you for joining. You wonderful, amazing soul that you are, and everyone else who's listening, thank you, thank you. All to the wonderful souls. Thank you. You know, it's really interesting how, you know, there's these wonderful communities are popping up, especially in times of turbulence. Like there's a lot of fear programming going on right now in social media and chats and stuff like that. And it's like, that's what they want you to focus on. Why not focus on yourself? And I mean, we all get caught up in it. I'm guilty of that too. And then I realized what it was doing to myself. So I decided to change that. But you can still get stuck. And so let's remove and release all the places in ourselves that when we like, my God, I've hit brick walls and I hit them and I've hit them. And it's like, and sometimes it stops you. And then it's like you go to a place of, you know, it's what we were taught is I had taken the way of the heart. And one of the things that they tell you is that when you meet that much resistance, go through it. And there's other modalities that tell you the same thing. So but sometimes there's so much on you that you sometimes you forget about yourself and you allow that other energy to take over. So we're going to remove and release that programming that has made us forsake ourselves in any shape or form, in any situation, in any relationship, from any time, space, dimensions, cosmic, and gateways. Yes. No, it's, you know, in some ways, I feel very special and honored that we are able to believe and achieve beyond not so much the expectations, let's say beyond the boxes that are set in front of us. And it's like sometimes, you know, you have to, it's like Shrek said, we're like an onion. Some layers are really thin, some layers are really thick. And sometimes we are so complex that we sometimes have to repeat that same program over and over again until we get it. So how about we remove and release why we are not gentle on ourselves and why we continue to repeat those programs and why we keep ourselves stuck as well as everyone around us. But it's more or less, the more we unstuck ourselves, the more we allow ourselves to move forward, the less resistance we will receive. Yes. The power went out here last night. So, and it's not from rain or anything. Unfortunately, there was an accident. Someone hit a pole. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm not going to be going on. But it came on at 6:00 this morning. So that, thank goodness. I was very thankful for that. Remove and release. It's almost like it's somewhere deep in our subconscious that we have decided that we were meant to struggle. We were meant to be in pain. And we were meant to suffer. So I would like to, from all lifetimes, from all existence, and all time and space, remove and release that. Yes. There's this beautiful energy coming in behind it. So we're going to ask the Creator to infuse us with that energy to help us release all those cycles, all those programs, all those sequences that get activated and we're not even aware of it. Yes. Thank you. It is done, it's done, it's done, it's done. And it's really interesting because in some of the practices, they tell you to just imagine yourself going up and going, the certain practices, and enter this realm of awareness that allows you to. But you know what? The impression and the messages I've been getting is that we can all enter that. You don't have to have a practice to do that. You just have to believe in yourself. So whatever color, so we're just going to do a bit of an exercise. So just imagine whatever color is your favorite, or colors. Some of us have a few. And just imagine yourself floating in that color stream. And then the next level appears. And then all of a sudden you're in this place of love and joy and amazement. And then when I enter that place, I just imagine being like all this energy being infused and brought down to me, coming through my crown and going through every aspect of my being, filling my cells, filling my RNA, DNA, and every aspect of myself with this amazing healing energy. Just imagine that. And then this is another exercise I used to do. I just imagine everything that is holding me back, everything that is affecting me. Imagine at least my body is dust, and then I just imagine the angels vacuuming it up and sending it to the universal light to be transferred in the highest and best good. Yes. Thank you. It's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. It's so, and just imagine so let's do another exercise. Let's remove and release all programs and contracts, agendas, and agreements that we have with other people in our lives, that they will always bring us to that point of stuckness. They'll always bring us back to that point of struggle or pain or suffering. Remove and release from this lifetime and from past lifetimes, and where you've changed roles, where been that person or they've been that person, and why that contract came to agreement into this lifetime, and they are still fulfilling it, and you were still fulfilling it. So remove and release it. Yes. It's always taught from example, led by example. Like my parents, my father worked. My mother was very creative. So at one point she had a ceramic business, and then they went into hothouse flowers. So they both worked a lot, and they also did like the work on the side. But my father never rested. He never took a vacation. Hardly took a vacation. It was a battle to get him to take one, and he tended to save his time for the fall. But we did manage to go, like it did manage to happen. But it's almost like he forgot that he had, in his pursuit of things, he forgot to realize that there's moments of joy that you could have, right? Because his mind was work, 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 and it's like, I mean, there was many benefits because, we had a swimming pool. We were very lucky and fortunate that way. And it's like, but at what cost, right? Because both my parents died pretty young. They suffered horribly. And it's like, at what cost did that, like, was that worth it? And it's like, so remove and release. It's almost like when he retired, he had this, it was almost like he was just waiting. Like he was in so much pain and suffering that he at first he did quite a bit, and then he really slowed down. And at one time he said to me, he just wanted to live to be older than his father when he passed away. And I'm like, wow. So all these programmings that we have in ourselves that if we don't, because this came up this week too, is that, well, I'm not putting enough time on social media. I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. That's why this is happening. And it's like, no, this is wrong. So let's remove and release that. And to make you realize that you have to come to your joy and your success in your own way. You can be shown many roads, but you have to decide what is your importance, what is your experience, and what have you decided is the best for you. So remove and release all the blockages and all the programmings and what we've witnessed throughout life that have taught us that you can only achieve that success through hard work, perseverance, and sacrifice. Yes. Because there was a young guy in I think it was, I'm not sure if he was out of high school and like look at some of the young inventors. They are achieving success. They are creating things that we never would imagine. And it's like they just needed the support. So all the places around you. So let's remove and release all the activations that occur when you're in a place of like the beginning of a new business, beginning of a new journey for yourself, whatever you relate to, how you relate to this. So, and it's not that you need support, but it's awful nice to have not so much controversy or resistance towards it. So remove and release all the activation that occurs around you when you are in a place of, like, even if it's taking a course to open you up to the possibility of something really wonderful, that you are in a place of creating something amazing for yourself, and then all these people around you get activated, and it's like not that they do everything in their power to dismantle you, because I think a lot of this is unconscious programming, but all the places in your life that people dismantle you, whether it's a contract, oath, bond, or promise that you made or agreement, and they've carried it forward throughout all these lifetimes. So all these contracts are being dismantled when you're in a great moment for yourself, in a great place for your being. Just imagine, just remove and release them all from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, and where you've been in the reverse role of that, and any contracts that they've carried forward. So we're going to do past, present, and future as well. Yes. Because it's like you can enter into a relationship with someone, whether a friendship, a marriage, or whatever, and you enter a partnership, whatever, like any kind of relationship. And it's like it's almost like you have the same ideas and goals, and then something happens and that activation occurs, and then they start dismantling you in every way, shape, or form that they can. And it's like they will even sacrifice their health to dismantle you. So remove and release all programs of pain, suffering, and there's pain, suffering, torture. It's almost like oblivion, like putting you back in a place that you are not known, you're not seen, and you're not welcome. So remove and release that, what activates in you and what activates in them to dismantle you and to cause you to stop what you're doing and put you on that road of there's too much resistance. I'm not going to bother. At this time, I'll just wait. But how about pushing through it? So remove and release all the places that you also have stumbled in your life that has either attracted people that dismantle you, or Well, oh, and some of them will show up with sometimes with good intentions, but it's a contract that they're fulfilling. So let's remove and release those all times. Yes. That feels a lot better. Okay, so we're just going to imagine. Just imagine your energy expanding beyond. Just imagine you're holding your energy in your hands. And just imagine that energy expanding beyond your hands, beyond your body, beyond the earth, or beyond the room, beyond your house, beyond your country, and going up into and beyond the earth and out into the earth and going up into your color, into whatever makes you happy, joyful. Could be a room full of cats, dogs, whatever. It's like whatever makes you happy. And then just allow that energy to infuse into your body, to be broadcasted to you. Allow it down into your body, mind, and soul. From all lifetimes, from all versions, from all existence. Shower you with love, shower you with who you are, allow you to remember who you are. And release you from all these cords and all these bondages and promises that no longer serve you. So just imagine that. Yes, thank you. It is done. It's done. It's done. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy. Thank you. Thank you.